Welcome to DowerChin.com. Today we're going to take a look at a stylus. This is the Adonit Jot Pro, and what this is it's a capacitive stylus. It's non-battery powered, and it's geared for working with mostly any touchscreen tablet that any of these kind of rubber nubby things work with. So we'll take a look at it. So let's take a look what's in the box. If I get it open, there we go. Okay, it's pretty much all there is in it, just the pen. So let's take a closer look at this pen. It's made of metal. It's actually quite well made. It's got some texture over here in the front here to allow for gripping, and you kind of see from this angle there's a kind of a angle in here as a clip, so you can put it in your pocket and stuff. So we will unscrew this and put this on the back. And you can see there it is. So what makes this special compared to some of the other type of styluses you can get for your iPad or capacitive stylus, capacitive tablet, is that there's this little disc in front. You can see it here. It's a little disc that the pen pivots on, and it actually depresses in a little bit, and it's a clear disc, so you can actually see beneath it. So if you the idea being that this will give you a bit more of an idea of where the center point of this is, considering typical styluses are a bit nubby and it's really hard to gauge center points. So this gives you a bit of a better approximation of where the center is going to be. So let's compare it with other ones I have. So this is my favorite one that I've been using for a long time. This is the Boxwave Evertouch, and why I like this one is that instead of a rubber tip one like some of these other ones here, being a little rubber tip thing here, this actually is like a mesh fiber, like a mesh metallic fiber on it, and it actually is a lot smoother and less likely to catch like some of the rubber ones. Rubber ones sometimes will catch and become a bit hard to use, and it seems almost like you're drawing or pointing with an eraser tip, and that's not always that great. So this was a bit smoother. So we'll take a look at this and see how it compares. As far as lengthwise, you can see that they're about the same. Well, I wouldn't say about the same. The main body part is sort of the same, but the tip of the Adonit is further up, so it's a bit more. Now this one's made out of metal as well, so it's an aluminum one, but it's very light. This is a bit more hefty, so it actually feels a bit nicer to use. And the fact that this is a smooth cylinder, so you don't get the extra grippiness that the textured surface on the Adonit will give you. So it's actually quite nice. Compared to other things I have, like this is my other one here, my Ponyo here, that actually has the same type of fiber tip. It's a bit smaller than the Boxwave, but once again, the thing about it is, you're going to try to estimate the center point with something much larger, sort of like a big fat marker versus a pencil tip. So it's fine and dandy, but how does it work? So I'm going to try it on a couple of different tablets here, and we'll see how it works compared to these guys. Okay, so here I have my iPad Air 2, and so we'll start off using the Adonit Jot Pro here, and we'll go to the sketchbook application, which is one of my favorite applications to use to kind of doodle on. So I'm going to use just go standard black right now, and use the standard pencil tool. And I'll still take a look at what it is. Now, once again, palm rejection is really something that's not really available on the iPad Air 2 or the iPad in general. Some software kind of does a good job mimicking it, but strange things usually tend to happen if my hand is down and I start trying to do stuff. It treats it as a secondary finger gesture, so it kind of messes things up. So you kind of do the whole hover sketch thing. I never found that very appealing, but some people are okay with it. So there we go. So we'll use the pencil tool, and I'm going to kind of go off at an angle over here so you can kind of judge for yourself how well the detection of the center point is. So if I draw a line, hopefully you can see that it's able to very well estimate and give me a good feel for where the center point is. So I can get really close in when I'm drawing these kind of tight lines with this this pen. Something I really would not be able to do with something like my Evertouch, for example. My Evertouch, basically, you're like using a whiteboard marker that tries to draw a pencil tip, and you can kind of get close to estimating some of that, and you can do an admirable job doing it. It's just it's not very comfortable. You really can't quite get that level of accuracy, or at least the consistency, because you're guessing of where the center point is on this thing. Whereas this one, I can start off here, draw a circle, try to draw a circle, and I can easily kind of meet up, or get very close to meeting it up to where it is, and actually close it off. Oops. At least do the best you can with me not being able to put my hand down on the actual tablet for support. So let's use a different color here. So like a reddish color here. I'll use a pen. So it's still a little squiggly. So it's not going to get really perfect lines, but it can do quite a decent job at least. Usually those are things that you can do. Some of the software will give you options to study a line, oops, up there I say it detected my palm on the screen again. So you can see with this I can get pretty close to each other without really overrunning as much. So it gives you that the disc makes a huge difference in trying to use it for drawing. I mean, it really is quite a nice addition to this thing. Let's go and use another program like Procreate. Procreate's another really good program. If you don't have it, this is actually another very good paint program that should be in your paint arsenal if you like to draw on an iPad. And we'll do the same thing. We'll choose, like, say, we'll start with black color there, and we'll use a standard HB pencil here. And we'll do the same type of thing. Now, what you think about Procreate? Actually, Procreate it has a bit of some palm detection built into it, so I can actually put my hand down like this and be able to then draw here. It's really cool. It actually works really quite well, better than I thought. Now it's a bit quirky, but if you get it right, you can actually put your hand down. Okay. All right. It doesn't work all the time. I'm not sure exactly why, but it sometimes works. And now it's all. Now my iPad's confused. All right, hold on. Let's try that again. Okay. So, my drawing went away. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. But you see, my hand is on the tablet itself, and it's able to allow me to draw. But I don't know. I'm not sure what it ended up doing. So once again, it's kind of hit or miss. But as you can see from here, I'm able to use this stylus with a lot more accuracy than that would be normal with a regular standard capacitive type stylus. So right now on an iPad, this is probably going to be one of the best things you can get that gives you that level of at least precision when it comes to trying to draw, and be able to kind of keep a good center point. And it's very smooth. It's actually very smooth on the glass. I don't have a protector on here, so I can't say for sure exactly if it'll work any worse or better, or on a like, say, a glass or plastic protector. But on the glass itself, on the default plain glass iPad Air 2 here, works nice and smooth. So let's look at this at the Adonit on the iPad Air 2. Let's go move over to a non-iOS based tablet and see how well it works. Okay, so I have here my original Windows Microsoft Surface RT tablets. Now this is the Surface 1, Surface RT, and it does not have a digitizer at all whatsoever on it. So we're going to use the Adonit, and we're going to use it with OneNote 2013, the actual desktop application, because the OneNote one over here doesn't really have any tools to allow me to draw. It just does not have it. It can type, but not going to be very handy for this. So we're going to go actually use the 2013 edition here. I have a new note over here, so we will add a page, and we're going to use the draw tools over here and pick, say, something like a black, and we'll actually start drawing. So from here, well, once again, palm recognition isn't going to be something that's going to be available. As you can see, my palm is all over the place, making horrible scratches on the page, and I don't want that. So I'll bring a brand new one. So once again, you're going to be hover drawing. So we'll use the default here. Actually, I'm going to use the thicker one. And as you can see, see from here, it actually does a pretty admirable job of staying to the center point. Unfortunately, it kind of wiggles a bit, though, as you can see from drawing this here. It stays center, but it just doesn't really quite know exactly what center, so it's kind of jiggly as it go along, at least in OneNote here. So if I were to choose a different color, this way, you can see at least it stays center, but unfortunately it jiggles around. So this is usable, it's just whether or not, like, OneNote doesn't seem to know how to draw a straight line with it, so you get this kind of weird wavy pattern. So not great, not a great result, but it is usable, and for the most part it stays center, it's just that it just doesn't stay straight. So what else we got on here that we can use? Well, Fresh Paint is a nice little paint program that is sort of comes with Windows, or at least it's a free download. And if we go here and break a brand new painting, new painting, as this thing catches up a little bit, there we go. Alright, so we'll just use let's see what else we got here for tools. Let's use this paintbrush. Actually, we'll use the pencil tool. We'll go here, choose the pencil, and use standard pencil over here, and we'll start drawing. So you can see it does work. Unfortunately, once again, you still have that squiggle as it goes along. So if you go fast, it's a little bit better. The program's going to compensate for it going fast. Slow, you get that weird little jiggly thing going. As I think it just sort of doesn't know exactly how to pinpoint the center point. But if you go quick, at least gives you it gives you a bit more stable line if you go quickly. So if you're going to use programs like this, at least it is an option available for you that I think is probably better than these nubby ones. The nubby ones will work as well, and again, it's the same exact problem. With these, you can see how this one has that squiggly line going for it as well. The one benefit, obviously, with the transparent disc over here, it gives you that a bit more. It gives you the ability to see at least where the center point of where it's going to be at. So you have it. So let's look at least the Windows RT side of it. Let's go look at another tablet and see how it fares. Okay, so I have here my HP Stream 7, so it's my little 7-inch Windows tablet, and we're on OneNote here. Now, I apologize. I think I'm just not familiar with some of the basic OneNote functions that are the standard OneNote that comes with Windows. There is a draw option. For some reason, I couldn't get it to work on RT. I'm not sure if it's an RT issue, but this is running Windows 10 over here, and so we have a new note here. We'll go to the draw tools as well, and we'll start drawing with this one and see what it comes out to. So once again, you kind of see that the lines are still squiggly, but if you go quickly, the program seems to compensate for it so that you get some decent results. So on a tablet like this, oops, go away. A tablet like this that doesn't have digitizer support, this is probably going to be your best bet to be able to give you some sort of pen capability on a otherwise penless tablet. Well, now, so there's OneNote. You can use it on a Windows tablet. So the Adonit works fine. I wouldn't say it's super fantastic. You're still going to be better off if you have like I say, a Surface or a tablet that actually has a real digitizer built in. But for something that doesn't have it, this is actually a great option. I would say probably over this thing if you're going to do any drawing or real type of line work. So as you can see, because this one will still do the same exact thing. Alright, so let's move on to one last tablet and we'll wrap up. Okay, so for my last tablet, I'm going to use my Android tablet, my Samsung Galaxy Note Pro 12.2. Now, it seems kind of counterintuitive for me to use this because this has a built-in Wacom digitizer, their S Pen, but it's the only tablet I have that, well, all my Android tablets all have pens. So, well, we'll just have to bear with me and see how this works in comparison to this. So, first things first, we will use it with Sketchbook Pro, or Autodesk Sketchbook. And right off the bat, we're going to use just the default I have here, blue pencil tool, and we'll just start drawing. So you can see that this also kind of suffers from that same problem we saw on the Windows side, where it kind of squiggles. So it's actually kind of hard to get a straight line unless you go quickly. So going quickly gives you straight lines. It's better interpolates that and gives you a straight line. Going slowly gives you a kind of weird wavy pattern, as you can see here. But for the most part, it does work, and you can kind of see that it does stay center to the point on the Adonit. Now, of course, if I were to use, say, the S Pen over here, the S Pen gives a much straighter line. Even if I go slow, it does a fine job with the line. So obviously, it's going to pale in comparison to something like this, which is part of the dedicated digitizer that's on the tablet there. So there's your look. So for the most part, yes, the pen works on pretty much anything that has a touchscreen on it, which is great. So you're not limited to iOS devices. So some people have asked me for suggestions for a pen to use, and I would say that beforehand I was sending people over to the Evernote, the Evertouch stylus from Boxwave, and I still do. It's actually quite nice. But when it comes to if you want to draw and take notes on it, then this actually might be the better one to use because the disc here makes a huge difference. So the last thing I want to say about the disc is that one of the worrisome things is what happens. Can it break? Can it wear off? Wear out? And can you lose it? It's entirely possible, but luckily Adonit sells these separately, so you can buy them. I think they're about $6 each, and to replace them, they simply just kind of pop off. You kind of pry it off here, and see the ball is still there, and you basically simply put the new one on, snaps right in place, and you're ready to go again. So at first I was very skeptical about this design. I was kind of like, well, how good can it possibly be? And I've been very impressed with how well it works. The fact that the disc is transparent and it provides a nice smooth gliding surface over the glass of your tablet, it does make a huge difference. And so when it comes to styluses now that for a capacitive tablet, I'd say this is probably the go-to one now. For about $30, it's actually pretty good. And obviously these are a lot cheaper, but quality-wise, it's going to be. I think you're going to do much better with this one. And the nice thing about it is once you're done using it, you can put the cap over it. It screws on nice and tight, and you're ready to go to town with it. So there you have it. A look at the Adonit Jot Pro. If you have any questions about this thing or something you haven't seen or want to see me do, please leave a comment and don't be shy. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.